What is up, everyone? My name is Elijah Medina. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to Film Theory, Ratatouille, something about he's evil. I'll leave the link to the video in the description and his, well, if I link the video, I'll also link to his channel. So I'll leave the link to the video in the description. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We've been getting like 500 views each video. What else? I think that's it. Make sure to hit the notification bell. Hit the like button if you want to support this channel. Hit the subscribe button if you want to support this channel. And let's get some more watch hours up. So thank you guys for watching this video, and let's get straight into this. 3, 2, 1.
Now that there's a food theory channel, do you go over here on film theory or over there on food theory since you're a rat who cooks?
Food theory? That sounds like a great channel. I better check it out at the end of the episode.
Oh yeah, it is an awesome channel where everyone will immediately want to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. But we're not gonna be friends at the end of this episode, Remy.
Wait, what? I'm a lovable cartoon rat in a kid's movie. What could I have done wrong?
Oh man, you're talking to a guy who's ruined some of the most beloved Disney characters of all time. The lions from Lion King, strong female characters like Rapunzel, like every character from Zootopia.
Wait, I know those guys.
Remy, you don't stand a chance.
Oh, I just noticed that it says film.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, where today's episode is with apologies to Schaeferless Productions, because, no joke, this is a pickup line. As we were working on this episode, I'm like, oh, no one talks about Ratatouille. All of a sudden, he uploads this hour-long dissertation on why Ratatouille is this, like, masterpiece of filmmaking and how it touches him emotionally. And yeah, today I am here to rip its main character to shreds, so apologies to you. Now, I can already hear you moaning in the comments. You think grumpy old MatPat's here to ruin an animated family film from your childhood as usual. But never fear, Internet, because I'm here to say that Ratatouille is everything a great G-rated movie should be. It's a fantastic story, it has an uplifting message, it has a detestable bad guy, and an admirable protagonist. And in the case of Ratatouille, that protagonist is Chef Skinner. The guy that everyone seems to think is the antagonist is actually the good guy. What? It's a typical game theory or film theory episode? I don't know why everyone thinks Remy, the rat who's obviously a dangerous narcissist, is the good guy, but it's high time that the misconceptions about this rat tale went the way of the rat tale. If it's been a while since you watched Ratatouille, here's a quick refresher. Ratatouille stars Remy, a rat that the internet will literally barbecue me over if I accidentally call him Ratatouille. It's the name of the movie, not the name of the rat. He has a passion for culinary arts, but no reality cooking competition show to prove it on. He leaves the colony to live his dreams in the one place that he's not allowed, a gourmet kitchen. Linguini, a young member of the kitchen staff, lets Remy hide underneath his hat. This allows Remy to pull on strands of Linguini's hair and control the young man's every move. With Remy at the helm, Linguini impresses even Paris's most formidable food critics with his inventive cuisine. Yep. Skinner, the highly trained chef at the restaurant, suspects that something is up and does his best to uncover the truth about Linguini's newfound talents in the kitchen. Now, if this sounds like an inspirational story about overcoming obstacles and achieving your destiny, I'm sorry to tell you that you've missed the point entirely. The theoretical truth is that Remy is nobody's master chef. He's actually a bald-faced criminal. And yeah, I know you're not gonna believe me here. MatPat's taking it too far. This theory is gonna be too big of a stretch. I've heard it all. And yet, for all of my admittedly outlandish theories, hello Finding Nemo episode, this one is shockingly down to earth. Just listen, Remy is an actual dictionary definition criminal. He's kind of a narcissist, and he's just overall a jerk of a creature. And if you look at his on-screen behavior, you'll realize that he's not actually the good guy here. I smell a rat in this Disney classic, and it's Remy, the rat. You get it. The first thing Remy did that put a bad taste in my mouth was establish himself as a habitual thief. Now that alone wouldn't be too big of a problem. The real issue is that he lies about it. He explicitly states that he's against stealing.
A cook makes, a thief takes. You are not the thief.
And yet we witness Remy steal literally the entire time. Herbs, spices, cookbooks, letters, and of course, food. Remy never learns his lesson either.
Look, it's delicious, but don't steal. I'll buy some spices, okay?
In fact, the longer the film goes on, the more brazen he becomes. First, he only steals food for himself, but eventually he starts letting his rat buddies into the restaurant to steal food after hours.
Remy, you are stealing. You told Linguini he could trust you.
And he can.
can. But the boy could lose his job.
Which means I would too. It's under control, okay?
He's not just stealing on small scale, he is stealing in massive quantities. Towards the end of the movie, he lets the entire rat colony have at it. In any realistic context, this is absolutely disgusting. Not to mention that restaurants operate on razor-thin margins for their product. So stealing the food here might literally put them out of business, either for hygiene concerns or, at the very least, for them having to throw away literally tons of food that have been touched on and nibbled on by a parade of rats. But okay, petty thieving. Still not enough to turn you against him? How about a nice healthy serving of fraud? Look at Linguini. Poor Linguine, the garbage boy, the sap that Remy literally controls like a puppet throughout the movie. When the two of them meet, Linguini is destitute.
I need this job. I've lost so many. I don't know how to cook, and now I'm actually talking to a rat as if you... Huh?
So Linguini doesn't know how to cook. Lucky for us, Remy has a great mantra that he preaches throughout the entirety of this movie.
Anyone can cook. What do I always say? Anyone can cook.
Anyone can cook.
So obviously, with Remy's great skill, he can teach Linguini to cook, right? No.
He's nobody who takes out the garbage. He doesn't cook.
Anyone can cook.
Well, yeah, anyone can. That doesn't mean that anyone should.
Instead, Remy devises a complex system of hair pulling that allows him to hide underneath Linguini's chef hat and operate Linguini's body as though he were nothing more than a human forklift, and in the process teach Linguini no useful culinary skills whatsoever. And what's it all for? Just so Remy can cook, just for his own benefit. So rather than teaching someone a lifelong skill that could put a roof over their head and make sure that they keep their job without fear of being kicked out of the restaurant because they're keeping an unhygienic rat under their hat the entire time, he just uses the garbage boy to get ahead. Cool. So okay, Remy's selfish. He's a hypocrite. He's a thief. Those are just facts of the movie. They're on screen. They are in the script. We get it. But that doesn't mean that he's the antagonist necessarily, right? Like, after all great heroes have their flaws. I mean, who hasn't forced two unconsenting adults to kiss once or twice? Am I right?
No!
Yeah.
Oh, Remy, that one's gonna get you canceled on Twitter, my dude. But okay, it's not as though Remy's selfishness puts others' lives at risk or anything, right?
Hey, Remy, you think that maybe we shouldn't be so...
Oh my, he really is just the absolute worst, isn't he? It's almost like I told you that in the thesis of this episode. Sorry to break it to you folks, but Remy just doesn't give one rat dropping if anyone around him lives or dies. His singular purpose is to be a chef, and he is gonna achieve it no matter how many innocent rats or humans are left in his wake. And spoiler alert, both are left dead in his wake. I've already subtly hinted at the fact that he's, a rat, and rats are banned from Parisian kitchens for a very good reason. According to the CDC, rats and mice are known to spread over 35 different diseases to humans worldwide, many of which can be fatal. And Remy knows this. He understands this concept. Remy, without exaggeration, kidnaps anyone who threatens to report the hundreds of sewer rats running around in the kitchen. Oh sure, they clean and sanitize themselves for that final scene after they've already walked across all the floors and surfaces, but what about when all of them raid the refrigerator? I don't see any sanitation happening before or after that scene. What about when they first invade the kitchen? Where are the hair nets, people? And if you don't think human health codes are important, I encourage you to read Upton Sinclair's The Jungle Friends. Spoiler alert, rats play a leading role in that one too. After The Jungle was published in 1906, it helped raise public awareness about the meatpacking industry's unsanitary practices, leading to a massive decrease in typhoid fever, trichinosis, and various other potentially lethal diseases.
Stop that health inspector!
No, don't, Remy. That's the point. And you know what's worse than all the crimes that he's committed to the human world? Beyond all the poor workplace conditions, the lying, the stealing, the unconsenting kisses, Remy's worst offense actually happens before he even steps foot in the kitchen. At the beginning of the movie, Remy's remarkable nose lands him the most important job in his colony, rat poison sniffer. As the only rat in the entire colony capable of sniffing out rat poison, Remy is able to ensure the colony's food supply is safe to eat. It's an admirable job where Remy undoubtedly saves lives, but he ultimately abdicates his position in favor of becoming a chef. Now, that wouldn't be a problem except for one thing. He is the only rat in the entire...
Just got an ad, man. It's a double-decker ad. Eight minutes and 55
Colony with the ability to save his friends, family, and species from a painful, poisonous death, and yet you just gotta go master that beef bourguignon. Don't get me wrong here, I am all for pursuing your dream. My grandmother still asks me when I'm gonna get a real job and move back to Ohio. But Remy's pursuit of cooking is literally killing his friends and family. But he's an artist. He needs to spread his wings and fly. Sure, Remy, you can play with that niçoise salad all you want after you train someone else to do your life-saving job.
Nothing's been poisoned, thank God, but it hasn't been easy.
TLDR here is, Remy doesn't care about anyone else. He only cares about himself. He doesn't care about saving their lives. He doesn't care about keeping their jobs. He doesn't care about their personal physical boundaries. And he doesn't care about them keeping healthy off of the food that they eat. Long story short, Remy is just the worst. But does that mean that this movie is left with no protagonist? In a shocking twist, no. Let's shift gears a moment to consider Skinner, widely considered to be the villain of Ratatouille, even though we just established that Remy fills that role very nicely. It is true that Skinner is diametrically opposed to Remy throughout the story, but if Remy is selfish, heartless, and criminally dangerous, well, what does that say about Skinner exactly? Because no matter how you slice it and dice it, Chef Skinner does nothing wrong. If Skinner is guilty of anything, it's of presenting as a villain. The sunken eyes, the fits of rage, the pencil-thin mustache. Dude's not exactly gonna be gracing the cover of a romance novella anytime soon. But what is it we're told about books and covers again? It's a person's actions that truly matter. And if we dive into Skinner's actions, we quickly realize that everything the man does is above board. He is a trained, capable chef who does know good food when he tastes it. Chef Skinner's game recognizes game, even when it appears as though the food was made by someone who's completely untrained. He listens to his staff, and he can even admit when he's wrong.
Perhaps I have been a bit harsh on our new garbage boy. He has taken a bold risk, and we should reward that.
Skinner even goes so far to give Linguini, an utterly untrained garbage boy who hasn't worked in a kitchen for one full shift, more than a fair shot at proving himself as a real chef.
Recreate the soup. Take as much time as you need.
So what then is Skinner's crime? Having a dislikable demeanor? Gee, can't think of any other revered international chef who fits that profile.
Have you got enough in there?
But that's so good. It's really a waste.
Wow.
And what's more, Skinner makes good business decisions. Having inherited a restaurant roiling from the death of Gusteau, Skinner shrewdly pivots the brand and diversifies the business into a frozen meal marketplace. And frozen meal business is good. Sure, it's not as classy or artsy as being a chef in a fancy French restaurant, but guess what? By expanding into frozen food, it ensures that good quality products are reaching a wider marketplace who might not be able to afford eating at Gusteau's fancy French revered restaurant.
And it sells burritos. Millions and millions of burritos.
That's not a bad thing. That's delivering more food to more people and making sure that your business stays profitable moving forward after losing its headline chef. I mean, that is a thankless position, and yet Skinner manages to thread that needle perfectly. Skinner is also a staunch defender of the health code, which, in 2020, we can certainly see saves lives. Remy isn't exactly washing his hands for the CDC recommended 40 seconds out there. Sure, Skinner wants Remy out of the kitchen, not because he seeks to deny Remy his destiny as an artist, but it's for the pragmatic reason that his restaurant would be closed down should the health inspector discover a rat. His staff would be left unemployed. Every person in his restaurant would be at risk of contracting any of the 35 diseases a sewer rat like Remy could carry. Not only is Skinner by the book when it comes to health code violations, he is also 100% right about Remy. Even if Remy's half-hearted hand washing were to somehow rinse all the bacteria from his body, he's still a threat to spread any of dozens of diseases when he's, you know, biting people all the time.
Yeah! This is not gonna work, little chef.
No amount of hand washing and external sanitation is gonna clean the bacteria out of your mouth and teeth there, Remy. Throughout the film, Chef Skinner is an absolute Boy Scout. And what does it get him in the end? Kidnapped and hog-tied by a horde of rats and locked in a walk-in refrigerator alongside a health inspector by the quote-unquote good guys. But even in the face of this mafia-esque intimidation, Skinner and the health inspector fearlessly pursue justice once they're released and ultimately succeed in getting Gusteau's closed for health code violations. Skinner had every opportunity to stoop to Remy's level, poisoning, lying, cheating, destroying the evidence that Linguini was actually the rightful heir and owner of the restaurant, but he doesn't do any of that. He follows the letter of the law every step of the way, even when it makes him angry or upset. In truth, if Skinner was truly the antagonist, he could have won this movie. He could have sat back and sold millions and millions of frozen burritos well into his golden years. But instead, Skinner sacrificed his own career for the all-important cause of public safety. If the bad rap that Skinner got at the end of this movie doesn't put a bad taste in your mouth, I don't know what will. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And a huge thank you to our sponsor for today's episode, Epic Games.
Well, that was thou video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I gotta agree with everything he's saying, bro. The rats can cause 35 disease to get spread around because they're, even though they may have washed their hands, they still bite people, which causes diseases still, and the health codes and all that stuff. So, yep, I guess the whole time the protagonist was it's opposite. I don't remember. I keep forgetting his name. Skinner. I don't remember. But thank you guys for watching this video. This video is very interesting. I loved it. Go check out the Film Theorist channel. Link to this video will be in the description, because when you click on the video, you can check out the channel, blah, blah, blah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go and sit down now because I feel sick. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me just grab this out of here. I need to grab it. Sorry. Bye, guys.